All right, so we're going to continue with the concept of percent, and now we're going to talk about tax and discount. Again, a lot of real world applications when we talk about these. Does anyone know what the tax in Ontario is? The HST, yeah. Nasheed, do you know what percent it is? It's 13%, good. Now we're gonna not, that's not the percent we're gonna use for our calculations. Whatever the question says, that's what we're gonna use. And then discount, of course, if you know if it's Black Friday or Boxing Day or just a semi-annual sale in a store, you know that you can get certain percentages. So we're gonna learn how to calculate tax and discount without a calculator or anything like that, the old-fashioned long way. I, again, have given you a helpful technique. However, I think we all preferred the other method, so maybe I'll stick to that one. But basically, when we're talking about tax, when you're paying tax, are you getting a good deal or are you paying more than you should? You're paying more than you should. So let's say you buy an item and that price is 100%. When you pay tax, are you paying more than 100% or less than 100%? We were incorporated into the calculation, so your final answer includes the tax. And basically, what we're going to do is we're going to look at two categories. We're going to look at the price before the tax and the price after the tax. Price tax is 100%, and whatever the tax is. So in Ontario, we pay 13%. So we're actually paying percent tax. The total bill was $600 and $690. What was the bill before the tax? So whenever we talk about tax, we're going to have two categories. It's going to be before tax and after tax. And I'm going to write it in a slightly different way than what you guys saw on the little formula. So I'm going to go ahead and write before tax here. And then after tax. And for these questions, there is no total column because if you add up before tax, it doesn't actually equal total at all. So we're just going to have two columns here. And then I'm going to have my real numbers and I'll have my percentages. So anytime you're dealing with percents, you're always going to have these real numbers and percentages. Okay, so now let's think about it. Including 15% tax. Before tax was applied, let's say this is a bill when you go to the Apple store or something. So when you pick up a product before tax, what percentage is that product? Yeah, always before the tax, you are paying 100% of the price. Now, clearly it says the tax is going to be 15%. So after you apply the 15% tax, what percentage are you paying after tax? Good job. So you're going to be paying 115 here. So just remember, whenever you're dealing with tax questions, before tax is always 100. After tax is always going to be 100 plus whatever the tax percent is. Now it says the total bill was $690 after tax. So am I going to put that in the first space or the second space? Good. So I'm going to put 690 right over here. Yep, dollars. And what was the bill before the tax? So we're basically trying to figure out what this is. Okay, well, in this case, let's first write our let statement. So it's going to say the bill before the tax. Yeah, let X represent the bill before the tax, before tax. And just like before, what is my proportion going to be? I only have one option here. I have to use all the numbers they give. Sienna? Yeah, sure. Yep, x over 100 is equal to 690 over 150. These numbers are not the nicest. I apologize. And like I said, I will give you numbers that are a little bit nicer than this, like 690, 115, it's a little bit too much. We can try to reduce these. So what can we divide by? Yeah. Yeah, we can definitely divide by 5. So go ahead and try to reduce it, and I'll do the same up here. Okay, so I did my rough work over here. I did the long division. 690 divided by 5 is 138. 115 divided by 5 is 23. Again, numbers are not the nicest. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and multiply those and divide by this. So it's going to be 138 times 100 divided by 38. Okay, so once again, let's multiply these and then divide. I'm essentially going to get 138. Oh, I'm sorry, that should be divided by 23. Good catch. This right here. Yep. Oh, because I'm standing? Yeah, you know what? And also I find that, okay, I kind of erased all the work I did, but X ends up being 600. And so our final answer will be, therefore, the bill before tax was $600. I know. So you guys, besides the messy numbers, does the concept make sense to you? Yeah. So just to recap, whenever you're doing tax questions, you're going to have before tax and after tax, real numbers and percent. If you set it up like this, you will always get the numbers right. Then your percentages will go at the bottom. Before tax, your percent is always 100%. After tax, your percent will be whatever the tax rate is plus 100. So in this case, if it's 15% tax, it'll be 115. Then you set it up, and then you set up your proportion, multiply, and divide. Yeah. No, if I said the tax was 20%, then it would be 120. If I said the tax was 30%, it would be 130. All right, let's try a discount question. I like discount questions because they are discounted. The sale price of a new stove was $1,600 after a 20% discount. What was the original price of the stove? So in a very similar way, see how we have before tax and after tax? When we're talking about discount, you're going to have your original price and your discounted price. So the two columns I'm going to have are original price and then discounted price. This makes sense, right? If you're ever buying like an Xbox or something and it's discounted, you'll have the original price it was at and then the discounted price. I know they never go on sale, right? And then they're probably sold out so fast. And again, because we're dealing with a percentage, our side columns over here are going to be real numbers and percentages. Okay, so riddle me this. If I'm buying something at the original price, what is the percentage of that? Original price is going to be 100%. So just like before tax, it's 100%. In the same way, before your original price of your item is 100%. Okay, now think about this. I want you to think. If you're getting a 20% discount, how much are you actually paying for your item, Nicole? You're only paying 80%. So I'm going to say that our discounted price is going to be only 80% of the original. If you were to write 20%, that's fine. What you would end up calculating is you would calculate the amount of discount you get, and then you would have to add or subtract it from your price. So in order to skip that additional step, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, if I'm getting a 20% discount, my price has to be 80%. And if I figured this out, then I don't have to do any other work after. that make sense? Kind of? Okay. Okay. So now let's keep going. The sale price of the new stove is $1,600. So is that the original price or the discounted price? Yeah. And if the word discount bothers you, you could also change it and just write sale price. So we can say the original price and the sale price. So our sale price is only 80%. Now 1,600 is going to go here. We're trying to figure out the original price of the stove. So let X represent the original price of the stove. Can someone tell me what my proportion would be? Jivan? Yeah. Yep. And these are really nice numbers. This is more what you're going to be them by 8. You got it? It's going to be 20, you mean? Oh, yeah. But I crossed off the 0. So remember, when you have two numbers, a bunch of zeros, I just crossed them out. So it's actually 20. Yes. In which case you would have to use proportions. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the reducing is just to make your lives easier. Like if you were to reduce. Yep, I'm just going to multiply 20 times 100 divided by 1. And so X is going to be equal to 2,000. And then we need a therefore statement. So what are we going to write for our therefore statement? Oscar, is that a hand up? Did you want to? Hi. A volunteer for our very last thing. Today to help me write the therefore statement. Choose blue. Therefore, the original price is question, but logically. So let's go back to the first question that we did. If the question is, it would, right? Because you have the original bill of 600 and then after tax it's 690, that makes sense. And then for if the sale price is 1,600, wait for it to come up. Your homework for this section is not as many questions. I believe there are only 7 questions or 8. Second, handout H is what you're going to do. It's only 7 questions and they're all tax and discount questions. And we will take these up in tomorrow's class. So basically your homework is the percent, just finish off up till 28. I think most of you will probably get that done in the next 25 minutes. And then tax and discount, do questions 1 to 7. I'll stop the recording here.